Hi, friends. It's the Evolving Guys here, and we're excited to bring you the first challenge that we're doing on our channel. It is a master set challenge. We're trying to build a master set of temporal forces from one booster box case. So, you've probably seen pull rates on temporal forces are supposed to be terrible. So, I'm interested to see what we find in our booster box case. And of course, we know that it's difficult to pull a set. If you watch Danny Fantump and his channel, it took him almost 2,000 packs to pull a complete master set. So we realize that it's probably unlikely that we're going to pull every single card from our booster box case. But the idea here is that anything we pull that's a double or duplicate or trainers, we can recycle that. We can resell those and use that money to buy the singles that we need to complete our master set. But I'm really curious to see how we do with each booster box that we open. How much closer do we get, and how close are we at the end of opening 6 booster boxes? And then can we be creative and find ways to get to that full master set? So we're going to have a series of videos on this master set challenge. We're going to do one booster box at a time. And so this first video is going to talk about what we pulled from our first booster box and how close does that get us to the master set. So, just for transparency, we did buy the booster box case from Rare Candy. I do not have wholesale privileges with any place, and so we just have to pay the best price we can find for retail. They were selling a booster box case for $590, but because this was my first time buying from them, I had a coupon for $50 off, which was really nice. It's 10% off. And in this case, because we're making a big purchase, it's up to $50 off. So that meant that the retail price that we paid was $539.99. Shipping was free. Add in taxes, which basically offsets the 10% discount that we got. And the total we paid for this booster box case of Temporal Forces was $592.50. So roughly $600, which works out to about $2.74 per pack. So for comparison, first, real quick, what's in Temporal Forces? It's 218 cards. So this is our goal. There's 71 commons, 55 uncommons, 14 regular rares, 15 double rares, 22 illustration rares, 18 ultra rares, 10 special illustration rares, 6 hyper rares, and now the new ace spec cards that are in this set. So there are 7 of those. And I don't necessarily think I have to have all the reverse hollows to call it a full master set, but that is the goal, is to get all the reverse hollows as well. And so there's 140 reverse hollows in this set. So it works out to 358 total cards that we're trying to pull out of our 216 packs. So just for price comparison, I checked the pricing of a master set the day after release, and it would have been $691 roughly to buy all the singles. That does not count the reverse hollows, so keep that in mind. And some reverse hollows, I mean, most of them aren't that much, but that does add some cost to it. So just to buy the 218 cards that you would need for a master set, again, minus the reverse hollows, it would have been $691. I checked again a couple weeks later on the 5th of April, and then the master set had actually risen to about $810. So we couldn't, with our $600 booster box case, we could not take that $600 and turn around and buy a complete master set. And that doesn't even count the reverse hollows. So of course, these prices will probably come down over time, but we'll see. Temporal Forces has been, I think, a strong set. It has a lot of playable cards in it. It has some nice special illustration rares. It has the ace spec cards. So we'll see what the prices do. I'll continue to check the pricing of a master set as we go. So that's our comparison point. So this first video is about our first booster box. So our 36 booster packs that we opened. There is what happened after. This isn't a breaking video exactly. I'm not showing you the process of opening the cards. But one thing I was really excited about was, first of all, we had 15 hits in our box, which compared, when you hear these stories of these terrible pull rates and Temporal Forces, I was pretty surprised. Now this is counting ace specs as hits, but I think that makes sense. And so you can see here a little bit more detail. We had 6 double rares that we pulled, 2 of the ace spec cards, 3 illustration rares, 3 ultra rares, and we did pull 1 special illustration rare. So the special illustration rare we pulled, you see here on the screen, is Gouging Fire EX. So that's a strong card. Obviously, the market price at the time that we pulled it was about $55. After that, the next most valuable card was the Iron Crown EX illustration or ultra rare. And that was only $11. But again, I think the fact that we pulled one of the special illustration rares really helps the value of this first booster box. Also, the Iron Crown, even though it's just the Iron Crown EX, even though it's just a double rare, is got a really strong price point, so $8. So that was a nice pull as well. We did pull two A specs. Unfortunately for us, they were the least valuable, or two among the least valuable A specs, but that's fine because we need them for the master set. And it was nice to get two of those. I don't know if we can expect two every time. So when you add up, of course, opening the first booster box is maybe the most exciting because we need every card, right? We need all the commons, we need all the uncommons, we need all the holo rares, and we need all the reverse holos. So almost everything we pull is not a duplicate, at least initially. So we're starting at 0, and here are the totals after booster box number 1. We actually pulled 58 of the 71 commons, which is 82%. In some ways, it's maybe surprising that you'd open 36 packs and not pull every single common, but there are a lot of common cards. And so there's a handful that we still need. Maybe surprisingly, we actually pulled all but one of the uncommon cards, so 54 of the 55. We pulled all 14 regular rares, or kind of holo rares. So that was great. We did pull 6 of the 15 double rares, which was nice, including that Iron Crown, which is a strong price. And then, as you can see here, it's going to be a little bit harder going probably with some of the secret rare cards. So we pulled 3 of the illustration rares. So we were off to we have 14%, so off to a good start there. 3 ultra rares. We did pull 1 of the special illustration rares. And again, judging from the experience of Danny Phantom, that you're not guaranteed a special illustration rare, even in a whole booster box. We did happen to pull 1 here. We did not pull any hyper rares. So that's one where we went 0 for 6. And we did pull 2 of the A specs, so that's 2 of 7, so about a third of the way there. And we did pull about half of the reverse holos that we needed, so that's a nice, strong start with that as well. Here's Palafin. This is the one uncommon card we didn't pull. It's just random, of course, and I don't expect that there will be too many more packs until we pull it. And also with the common cards, I suspect that it'll just take probably the one more booster box until we have all of the commons and uncommons, but we'll see. So like I said, one thing we're going to do here to try to stretch our $600 booster box case investment is we're going to resell the things that we can in order to put that money back into the search for the master set, because we know we're not going to pull all the cards we need. But what's exciting is there are some strong cards in the set that are sellable. So Buddy Buddy Poffin, for example, and several of the other trainers have pretty strong price points. And so we've already pulled a number of doubles or duplicates. So we're going to put together play sets of 4. Once we have 4, then we'll put them on eBay and try to get some money back. I can imagine, at least right now, I think probably a 4 set of Buddy Buddy Poffin. A play set would be, I don't know, maybe close to $10, which is pretty cool. And then there are even some common cards like the Cincino Mincino line, the Great Tusk. There's some cards in here. There's some other cards with abilities. There's some of the holo rares that have abilities that are actually not $0 to sell. Especially if we get a play set of 4 of some of these together. So that's going to be part of the process, is to see what we can make. And even the code cards. I've never had much luck selling code cards on eBay. They just don't tend to seem to move. I know you can turn them in for money at several apps, but those are usually just a few cents each, but that's still better than nothing. And we're going to have 216 code cards after all of this. And so even at like 5 to 10 cents per code card, that's enough to probably buy a handful of cards that we're missing. And so I'm interested, again, as an experiment, to see if we really can get a master set out of our investment in this booster box case. So last couple things, I want to give a shout out to VaultX. I hope to add them as an affiliate at some point soon. But for now, I'm just happy to say that we like VaultX binders. I especially love the specialty binders that have the monogram on the binding about the last handful of Sword and Shield sets. They had these, and now for all of the Scarlet and Violet sets, they have these monogrammed binders. We have ordered or pre-ordered our Temporal Forces one. Even though Temporal Forces, the set is out, the binder is not available yet. So right now we're putting the cards in a regular binder, but I'm excited for our VaultX binder to come in the mail. So last but not least, here's our totals after one booster box. You can see on the left-hand side there, I use the collector app to keep track of my collector, both my single cards and my sealed collection. They have a nice little graphic there as you fill out, as you log in the cards that you have for a given set. So after one booster box, we have 149 of the 218 cards for Temporal Forces, which is 68%. So we're about 2/3 of the way there after just one booster box. The value of what we pulled, and this counts both the holo, this counts both the reverse holo and the regular versions of the cards, is about $120. Again, that's a pretty strong. Obviously, it's more than we paid for the booster box. It helps this first booster box because, again, the cards that we're adding, it's everything, right? So the commons, the uncommons, and the reverse holos of those same cards. And so that does, those values do add up because we're talking, the volume of cards, it does add up. But again, we're also helped here by especially the Gouging Fire EX special illustration rare that we pulled. So after one booster box, we're 2/3 of the way there, and total value so far of about $120. And then overall, if you add in the reverse holos to the denominator, again, like I said, the main set has 218 cards, but if you add the 140 reverse holos, then you end up with 358 total cards. And so if you add in what we pulled, which is, again, we pulled about half of the reverse holos so far, we're at 207 of the 358 cards that we're aiming for. So about 58%. All right. Thanks so much for watching. Stay tuned for booster box number 2 report that will come very soon. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day.